Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. That's what YouTubers say, because they expect people to come back.
Okay, cool.
It's Jen
Welcome
Majura.
back. Hi.
I'm Andy Ferris. We've got a story from Jen about your students. So
it's not a story, but I think...
A reoccurring theme, maybe?
Well, you know, for us professional guitar players, a lot of things are very, very basic knowledge, right? So we don't even think about that. And I remember, I don't know who that was, somebody said, I practice so I can play without thinking, right? So we have learned certain skills, techniques, and music theory knowledge that we use when we play, and we don't think about it. But then sometimes in my music school, when I teach kids, you know, they come to the school and they go like, hey, can we play this song? And they show me the song, I check it out on YouTube, and I figure out the chords, and then I just noodle around and play something. And so many of my kids go like, how do you do this? How do you know the right notes? And I think this is one of the typical basic knowledge things that you just know and don't even think about anymore, but some people don't. So especially for guitar beginners, how to dive into the topic of improvisation, how to find those notes, where to play. I think that could be something interesting to talk about.
I hope so, and I hope you do too, because you're watching this video. No, I genuinely think it is, because there is a mystery and a magic around music, and there isn't any mystery and magic, it's just...
Don't say that!
Knowledge and practice.
You make it sound so...
boring. So
Don't
uneventful.
say that!
Sorry, no, but what I mean is that you can achieve these things, you just need to be given the keys to unlock that
exactly.
skill.
And, you know, if nobody told you how to find those right notes, I mean, look at the fretboard. How many frets do you have? I have 24?
I have 24.
24 times 6, that's a lot of notes.
Yeah.
If we break it down, we just have 12 notes to work with. You know, from your string here up to the 12th fret until the note repeats in an octave. But the thing is, which are the right notes to play? And for beginners, I think it's just play some chords and I'll noodle around. And I don't look at you because I don't know where you play, what you play. Just play.
I'm going to play something clean because then it feels like I should be clean on this part.
I mean, I listen to the root notes. So you play E major, and then I should have tuned my guitar before that. And you play B, and then A. So I would know. Okay, if I just work as a beginner with the easy pentatonic, like this typical, we learn the A minor pentatonic. Everybody knows that. So there are two options, and that is also like a moment of my students when they realize they only play the same block, right? But you can play it in major and minor, and using the same, well, it's not the same, but it is the same. That doesn't make sense. But if you play...
How much is this school of yours, Jen? Sounds good, I want to enroll.
So if you play E major, I gotta make sure that this is the first and most important hand movement of every guitar player, right? So the pinky is major, and your index finger is minor, right? So this is why this is so important to do this.
I don't know this.
So if you play E major, this is my E major pinky right now. So I put it on my E and play the exact same block. Of course, good. But now we do the same thing, but now we use the evil index finger, which is minor, okay? And I play the same thing, but put my index finger on the 12th fret of the E string, play the same block again. Minor.
Oh, minor, sorry.
You're a very not evil minor right now. You're a mellow minor.
I was mellow minor. I need that channel back to...
let's make evil minor. same notes that I play in a pentatonic is always easy because the normal scales, like the church modes and everything, we all know that. Or maybe the beginners don't know. So there are other scales than
church
the
modes,
pentatonic.
you just said.
The church modes are heptatonic scales.
Okay.
Heptatonic comes from the Greek word hepta, which means 7. So you would have 7 notes until the octave. Are you laughing at me right now?
No, I'm learning from you.
Really? Okay.
But I just have one of those faces.
Okay. Okay, so a heptatonic scale. It's a major heptatonic. It's literally the first church mode, which
I'm still evil, sorry.
Okay, wait, oh, we make it even more evil. Okay, so this would be a heptatonic scale with 7 notes, and the pentatonic scale, name other words with the word penta in it.
Pentagram.
Pentagram, evil. Pentatonic, pentagram, pentagon. Penta is Greek and means 5. So you have 5 notes. They skip a couple of notes to get to the octave. So I'd say the risk of hitting a wrong note is less. So pentatonics are easier to begin with for improvisation.
Sure.
And of course, I mean, I only talked about this one position right now, but there are other positions. There are 5 different patterns. And this is the best way to get into improvisation. Find the root note when you hear chord progression, and then figure out, is it happy or is it mellow evil? Okay, and then all you got to remember is the pinky is the major.
Major.
And your index finger is the minor.
So by putting the, let's put this to the test now. Have I learned something? Okay. So show me the box. So my pinky's going to go on the...
well, whatever key it is.
12th.
Okay, let me play a chord progression. Let's say, don't look. Okay,
yeah,
I'm going to play...
I don't feel like I've absorbed the information.
Yeah, you can do it. Come on, you got it. Okay, I'll play a chord progression. How about this? Minor. Which key?
D flat.
You're a guitar player thinking in flats?
Yeah.
Really?
Sorry, I brought up on piano. C sharp.
Really? This is interesting because most guitar players think in sharp.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I switch between the two.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, but at random, so try being in a band with me.
But you can't mix them in one song, right?
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, you got to. If you're in sharps, you stay in sharps.
Exactly.
Sharp being between one note and the other. C and D is C sharp or D flat, for example.
Very, very well. Unless you write 12-tone music. That is crazy stuff. I mean, okay, but that's a whole nother video. Okay,
so what you're saying, the same shape.
But you gotta start at the C D flat on the E string to have the same box. What are you playing? Pentatonic. That one.
Sorry.
Okay, so this would be your typical. And now if you want to play something in major, let's say D flat major, you use the same box, but you put your pinky on the D flat.
Hi, welcome to the Andy and Jen show. That's our theme tune.
That was lovely. Yeah, and I truly believe this is one of the first steps how you get into improvisation when you have no clue how to do it, because there's so many notes, there's so many options. And I remember my first time when I was trying to play a free melody and come up with a melody in a solo, I was lost because nobody told me. And it's the easiest thing, and I never think about that anymore.
No one's ever told me that.
This is the most important hand exposure of like every guitar player.
No one's ever told me that before.
Now you know.
Schooled by Majura, and it was free. You know, I didn't even pay for it. Well, not yet. I've been paying for it, by sweating, I guess.
Yeah, it's warm.
Paying in sweat and blood. But that is super interesting. I wish that I'd gone to your school when I was younger.
Well, and then there's, of course, the block is not the perfect. I call it the block because guitar players used to think in blocks, and I think you get more free with your playing when you think in horizontal ways as well. Like if we go back to the heptatonic scales, for example, if you play, let's say, G major, and you can play, of course, like a normal block, but you can also play the same scale on just a G string, for example. Same scale, but a complete different approach. And for me, it was always a problem when I started using improvisation and I played these blocks. I was like, okay, I'm glued to this if I play an A minor. If you play a blues in A minor. I want to move from here, but if you don't know how to connect these patterns, the second step you do is you go here. Oh wait, I can't even reach it. Okay, and we continue, D. And this is something that I don't like when you play as a guitar player and you see your guitar as these blocks where you have to like jump. So it's useful if you use the first block to learn the second block and the third block. So all the blocks, they connect like puzzle pieces. So when my first block, this is going to be the word of the day, block. If my first pattern stops with my pinky or my ring finger playing these notes, that's the start of the next pattern. Now I see, okay, it ends here, the second note on each string. Wrong. And then you move on. And then you can connect through playing through these blocks, can connect all the notes and play a solo that's, nice from not jumping from block to block. But I'm a firm believer in because it makes you think different of melodies if you see the scales. And you can tell very well if I play a major scale, which is Ionian, the first one. Then I want to know what's the difference to a minor scale. The difference are the half steps, where they are in an Ionian scale. They are 3, 4, and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in a minor scale, they change. They go to. You don't know?
I don't know.
Really? No, come
I
on,
never learned theory.
Really?
Really, this is.
You are a fantastic guitar player. Just say yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks. I never learned theory, and I learned songs. But what is interesting is hearing you saying about horizontal playing, or horizontal scales.
Yeah.
I play more horizontal scales than I do
block
box and blocks scales, because I see the guitar like a piano.
Yes. It's more obvious where the half steps are. That's exactly where I'm going right now, because you can say like, okay, there's my minor third. So the half steps change.
Added another.
Exactly. And it's like more obvious. If you play in a horizontal way, you can define the half steps, and it's easier, I think, to learn the flavors of the church modes when you play horizontal instead of these blocks, because when you learn a certain pattern in a block, it's a shape that you learn, a finger shape, and you play I did in the beginning, I played a lot like what my fingers dictated me because I learned that block shape, you know? And there are some things that are very comfortable, and I still do it today. Like, if I would start improvising, I mostly start like... It's always the G string, it's always like the bending, and I don't know, I
think I do as well. I think I'm...
Yeah, it's
something like that. Yeah, that's also a G.
Watch other guitar players. When guitar players start improvising or checking, they most likely start like whatever they do. I don't know why.
Dan, when you improvise, which string do you think that you go for? I know it's a really difficult question without having a guitar in your hand. But would you start with the thickest E string if you were improvising, for example? The B?
B. That would be my second choice. The one thing with improvisation which really I try to not do is start on the root note. This is something a lot of people do, and I always, this is the one thing that I think about when I improvise. Do not play the root note, because it's so, if play a chord. Root is always like there, and it's so obvious, but play it again. If I start on another note, it gives a whole different feel if I don't start out on the root note.
But it did sound like Brian May when you played the root note.
Wow, that's a compliment. Thank you. Nobody has ever said that.
But play that root note again if you... That's Brian May's style.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he has so many harmonies. He's a fantastic guitar player.
True. But I heard Brian May there, and then when you played the, what was it, the third or?
Maybe it was just, okay, wait. Now you hear Steve Vai. I'm a big fan of harmonics, I'm sorry.
So Steve.
I know.
Talking like I know him, you know, I just saw him yesterday for the first time.
Okay, so how long is this video going to be?
That's probably about it, because I think we've covered so much, and I've learned things that I will forget. But that finger thing, like, because I'm small nuggets of information, then I need to take it and absorb it and use it and digest it.
That was sweet.
And you gave me, I'm not saying you gave me too much, but I'm going to watch my own video. And I'm going to cut the screen in half and have to look at myself. But just that finger, that.
Yeah, it's one position, and it matters where you start it, so you can play minor and major melodies, solos, with a pentatonic. Anyone can do it. If Andy can do it, if I can do it, you can do it.
True. If Steve can do it, if Brian can do it.
Angus / everybody, you know.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jen.
You're so welcome.
I hope that you found this either interesting or informative or entertaining.
No.
You can't see that there's a screen behind the camera that Dan's writing rude messages on. No, I will not say that on camera. It's very rude.
No.
If you want more information from Jen, I'm going to put links to all your stuff underneath this video.
And come visit me in my music school. We teach guitars, we teach drums, we teach bass.
Where is your music school?
In a German area called Sauerland.
Sauerland.
And it's a tiny little, I call it my little hobbit town. It's called Brilon.
Brilon. Oh, I know this. Like music word Brilon.
Exactly. And right next to it, that's my music school.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is it the Majura School of Magic and Wizardry, or?
Oh, we just call it the Young Music School for the young talents, for the superstars. How was the slogan? We have a slogan. I should know better because I came up with it. Rock stars of today are teaching the rock stars of tomorrow, or something like that.
I like it.
And it's about fun and getting that fun of music to all kids, teenagers, grown-ups. Doesn't matter how old you are. We give guitar lessons, you know, whether you're 4 or 40 or 400.
If you're 400, what are you doing watching this? You should be relaxing somewhere.
Or rocking out.
Or rocking out.
Come on, and when I'll turn 400, I'm going to be rocking out.
All right. I'll be there next to you. Just what Dan's going to put on the screen next? Nothing. Okay. He's
Nom
okay.
nom 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 nom.
Right. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. I had a lovely time, Jen.
I always have a great time when we meet and do videos together. Absolutely.
I need some time alone now just to absorb this information, which I'm going to do. Go back to the beginning of the video, watch it again, because then you can absorb all that again. Cheers. Bye.